This weekend, we are going to be taking a look at a group of miracles that Jesus performed that were requested by members of the congregation. If you've been tracking along in our summer series on miracles, you know that this week and next week, that's what we're going to do to wrap up, kind of touching on some of the favorite miracles maybe we didn't get to or didn't cover so well. In particular, this weekend, we're going to be looking at one that may strike you as a little strange. It's the story from Mark chapter 8 of when Jesus healed a man who was blind. But what stands out and might seem a little strange is when he does so, he does it actually in two steps or stages. First, he spits in the guy's eyes, and then he's able to see a little bit. He sees some men. They look like trees moving around, and then he heals them completely, and he's able to see clearly. And when we look at this miracle, we sometimes ask the question, what in the world's going on? This doesn't make sense. Did Jesus mess up the first time? Does he need a little extra time for this one? And maybe you've heard different explanations for it. I know I have throughout my life. What I'd like to focus on this time, though, especially, is how it parallels the experience of the disciples and maybe yours as well. That is, for the disciples, they were struggling. They didn't understand or get everything that Jesus was saying. It was almost like the man who was partially healed. He could see, but not clearly. And then later on, Jesus promised them that after the resurrection, when he was raised from the dead, then everything would make sense. And they would see clearly what he was doing and saying. And the same is true for us. When we look at all of what Jesus has said and done and see it through the lens and the perspective of his resurrection, things begin to make sense. He's busy redeeming and restoring a lost and broken world, and we see glimpses of that in his miracles. And we have his promise that he's doing that among us even now. He's working miracles all around us and through us. And he's doing so as he's bringing to completion his grand work of restoring everything that's lost and broken in the world. Maybe, though, sometimes you still find yourself a little fuzzy, unclear, not sure of what Jesus is up to. In those moments, just relax, lean further into Jesus, listen to him, and he will make clear everything you need to know.